Ellie Kemper is having a moment. Back in her hometown of St. Louis, on the swank campus of the John Burroughs School, where Kemper attended grades 7 through 12 before graduating in 1998, the famously adorable actress is receiving a tour of the new Performing Arts Center from the headmaster. Most of the tour proceeds calmly. A few current students eye Kemper without comment. But eventually, a girl in cowboy boots, a North Face coat, and a retainer approaches to apologetically announce what a huge fan she is. Kemper cheerfully engages the girl, one redhead to another, as Kemper puts it, and soon the actress has been swarmed, mostly by bright-eyed, long-haired girls in leggings. "Hi, you're awesome," one says. "Are you and Channing Tatum friends?" asks another. A third simply declares, "I love you." There's a way of being pleasant but not encouraging, and this isn't the tack Kemper takes. Chatting with the teens, she goes well beyond mere politeness. She listens, she asks them questions, and she pretty much implies there's nowhere she'd rather be than right here. But Kemper might need to learn to move things along a bit, because she appears to be on the cusp of having many more versions of just such moments. After several years endearing herself to viewers in ensemble or supporting roles, spending 5 seasons on NBC's The Office as bubbly receptionist Erin Hannon, yucking it up as one of the bridesmaids' bridesmaids, and then as a teacher in 21 Jump Street, for the record, Channing Tatum couldn't be nicer, and subbing in January 2014 as the first guest host in the 10-year history of The Ellen DeGeneres Show. Kemper, 34, is now stepping into the spotlight. For the new sitcom, Unbreakable Kimmy Schmidt, which is slated to debut on Netflix in March, Tina Fey and her writing and producing partner, Robert Carlock, tapped Kemper to be the titular Kimmy, a woman who emerges from 15 years in an underground bunker and an Indiana doomsday cult, learns that the world has not, in fact, ended, and embarks on a new life in New York City. Fey and Carlock created the character of Kimmy around Kemper, whom Fey was familiar with from watching The Office. "My first impression was, that girl's funny, but maybe she's too pretty to be on The Office," Fey says. "But she grew on me because she's good at downplaying her prettiness." When NBC Entertainment Chairman Robert Greenblatt floated the idea of developing a show for Kemper, Fey and Carlock were intrigued. The show moved from NBC to Netflix with a 2-season commitment in November. A few months later, a stretch during which Fey says, "My job was to think about Ellie, and it was a lovely job. A pilot script existed." Kemper says with a laugh, "In my eyes, it happened very quickly and seamlessly because I wasn't the one writing it." Though Kemper has risen to prominence playing versions of her warm and impeccably polite self, she's much savvier than her public image or any of her roles so far, which I can say with confidence because, full disclosure, I've known her since the late 90s, when she and my sister Jo became college roommates. I wholeheartedly agree that Kemper is adorable. She refers to Tina Fey as TF instead of Tina because she doesn't want to seem name-droppy. She avidly shops at TJ Maxx and Marshall's, and chided me for not complimenting her on the $860 Kate Spade coat she got for around $100. She says she regularly wets her pants from laughing too hard, and she bears a striking resemblance to strawberry shortcake. But if I were to pinpoint Kemper's most marked characteristic, I'd say it's her awareness of others, her precise attunement to their personalities and moods. And you don't have to have slept on a futon in her dorm room in 2001, though I did, to figure out she has an edge of the good variety. Google either "Some relatively recent college grads discuss their maids," which is a scathing class takedown she wrote for the McSweeney's website in 2007, or a 2013 TEDx talk she gave in St. Louis, in which she likened the question of whether women can be funny to the distractingly hot, sour, stale bad breath of a coworker at a cocktail party. "Yes, some women are funny," she said, and no, some women aren't funny. It's similar to how some women are tall and, some women are short. According to Fey, Kimmy Schmidt will highlight Kemper's gifts beyond sheer adorability.